CLA Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The drama will It's Saturday night and live on DH.
Kevin, thanks.
He stays working and stays true. David, thank you. And a look at the status here of both teams' injured players and who will not be in the lineup.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Here are the five for the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George. And it's Jackson in a point guard. And for Portland, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Norman Powell. And it's Nurkic in at the center, locking down the middle. Now, that was something else.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
Here is Lillard. Terrific, talented backcourts tonight. Greg, did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
This is the kind of teammate Batum is. You like seeing him share it like this.
First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. Lillard, the pass to Powell. A three-pointer off the mark.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Passes it to Leonard. To the paint. Batum dishes to Leonard. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Talk about someone who knows all the angles. Kawhi on the interior.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And then Lillard slams it in.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
No, but his teammates love that kind of energy, fellas. I mean, dunks like this demonstrate leadership.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Derek Jones, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for C.J. McCollum. Now here's Jackson. On the wing, George. George double team. And there is a whistle. That'll go on Derek Jones. That's his first foul. Los Angeles making a switch here. Rondo's checked in. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Well, they've come out the locker room. His eye. 4 for 4 to start the night.
Rondo against Lillard. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Lillard's got 7 points. The Clippers in the lead. Rondo looking around. Pass to Zubac. Outside for Rondo. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. On the wing, George. 6 to shoot. Wants to get it to Zubac. And does. The Clippers need to get off a shot. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for Portland. Lillard with it. Guarded now by Patrick Patterson. And yes, it's good. It's a tie ball game.
And at 280 pounds, I mean, Nurkic is difficult to deter, even when you hit him. I mean, he's just so strong.
Here's man. To the inside, Patterson. That one's not going to go. Great D that time from Nurkic. Covington kicks to Jones. And the layup's good off the glass.
Terrific floor awareness. I mean, it's obvious Covington has a great feel for when his teammates are wide open.
1:16 left to play in the first quarter. Rondo finds Morris. Here's the pass to Patterson. Here's Mann. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation for the Trailblazers. Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Damian Lillard. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for George. Here's McCollum. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Outside Rondo, pass to Mann. 36 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Drills the three-pointer.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
32 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Simons. Still looking for his first bucket in this one.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Outside Rondo. Shot clock at 5. Pass to Kennard. Back to Patterson. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Portland out in front. They're up by 3. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this.
I think in the past, anytime
Greg, this is why they say there's no substitute for experience.
And I agree. And, you know, sometimes guys need to learn to be more selfish at times. You also learn if it ain't broke, keep going with it. Ride the hot hand.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And from Portland, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Old school approach. I mean, if you have a favorable matchup inside, just keep pounding it in there.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter to play. On the floor for Portland, they've got Derek Jones. Anthony out there with Enes Kanter. Then there's McCollum, and it's Powell in at the 2-guard spot. A different look now for Portland. Giles comes in for Anthony, and Robert Covington subbed in for Derek Jones. And then for Los Angeles, Ivica Zubac has checked in for Patrick Patterson. And it's Batum in for Marcus Morris. Kicks it out to Leonard. 4 on the shot clock. Back to Zubac, and the dunk by Zubac.
Yeah, I love the court awareness from Kawhi there. Dependable at getting it to his uncovered teammates.
McCollum against Jackson, and the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. The Trailblazers have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line.
And as a team, excellent a season ago, about 80% when they got to the line.
Pass to Kennard. And Batum kicks to Kennard. Back to Batum. Here's Leonard. Second chance effort, and it's blocked.
We don't talk much about his defense. I mean, Kanter has been much maligned for his work at that end. He's been making a better effort.
McCollum against Jackson. That's good from Kanter on the assist by McCollum. And now a 4-point Portland lead. Now Jackson. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Leonard from deep, 3-point land. The Clippers rebound. Zubac kicks to Kennard. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. On the wing, Jackson. The pass to Kennard. The dish to Leonard. Another miss. Boy, they had their chance there, but couldn't get it to go. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Powell. Pass to Giles. McCollum feeling it out a bit. Back to Giles. McCollum passes to Giles. Cantor trying to free himself up. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game. Greg, you've always said to have a winning team, you need franchise players. Talk about the specific qualities you look for in those superstars that can catapult a team to greatness.
It's a great question, Kevin. Talent really isn't enough. You know, whether you lead vocally or by example, the agenda has to be winning, and your best players really define who your team is going to be. So the franchise caliber player is a much needed asset.
Powell, no one around him, hits the three-point bomb. Powell's got the lead up to 9 now for the Trailblazers. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Covington with the steal. And now Portland on the break. Giles leading the charge. And the basket by McCollum.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
There's a minute left in the second quarter. Back to Kennard. Passes it to Zubac. Outside for Jackson. 5 on the clock. Zubac the pass to Jackson. Will it go? He's off on that one, and the Trailblazers going the other way. McCollum against Jackson. Powell dishes to McCollum. Back to Powell. Pass to Cantor. And here's Covington from the arc. Cantor kicks to Covington. Jackson against McCollum. Puts up a 3. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got 5 rebounds tonight. That one's in there, and the Portland lead is cut down to 9 in the bucket from Kawhi Leonard.
And providing the score, boy, they needed. That stops a 12-0 run.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. The period came to a close with them hoping. And that's going to do it.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And as they can't slow him down, you know what you do? You keep feeding them and feeding them and feeding them. This is the right game plan.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. Rajon Rondo is out there with Paul George. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Oturu in at the center. Fires from the wing. It doesn't go for him.
With the D playing soft off him, he might have been better off taking it to the hoop instead of settling for the jumper.
Anthony looking it over. The pass to Simons. The feed to Nurkic. Out to Anthony. Uncovered. And he wills that one in. Sinking right through off the back iron.
Realizing when the defenders have overcommitted, like how Nurkic looks to hit the open man.
And the basket by Oturu.
Oh, I love it. He's working the ball down low. Always a good plan of attack.
Lillard outside. Pass to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. Portland needs to get off a shot, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And now let's revisit that exceptional mobile 1 block.
And they're determined to add to the lead, not with more offense, but with big-time D.
First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Now here's Rondo. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. On the wing, Morris. Back to Rondo. To the middle. And the basket by Oturu.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Trailblazers leading by 7. Lillard with it. He has 7. And the shot goes in.
Lillard is as tough as there is to contain in the pick and roll. He does a nice job of using the screen to get a little bit of separation.
And here's Rondo. And the basket is good.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
And for Portland, their shooting has been out of this world. 74% from the field. Here's Lillard. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
They have ridden him today, and it has paid off in a big way.
Lillard against Rondo. Passes to Oturu. Outside for Rondo. No good on the 3. Portland leading. Here's Lillard. He's got 11. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Greg, you and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s?
Isn't that weird to even think that that's the case?
I know
but,
it.
You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams, the end players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially the NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way. So I can only imagine when you have a personal vested interest in a team, what that's got to feel like.
Edge of your seat, you're right.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Oh, yeah, and that's what you love about him. He shows no mercy, even with a comfortable lead.
The 3 from George. And Jones pulls it down. And it's Jones with the ball for the Trailblazers. And a wide open look for McCollum. Offensive rebound. 51 seconds left in the third. Down to 5 on the shot clock. A putback, and Cantor able to finish. Cantor's got the lead up to 12 now for the Trailblazers.
He's one of the best per-minute rebounders in the game. Cantor gets a lot of his points this way.
Here's Mann, guarded by Powell. Patterson passes to Mann. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. On the wing, Morris, defended by Jones.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Lillard, right side. Shoots off the step back. Cantor, and Cantor able to finish. Cantor's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Nice tip in there. I mean, he's got like a sixth sense in terms of where the miss is going to go. That is really a talent. Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
They needed that, and I love that he just didn't settle for the lay-in.
And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Makes it a tough play to defend because you also have to guard against him taking it himself.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. We've got Little, Enes Kanter is out there with Derek Jones. Then there's Norman Powell, and it's McCollum in at the 2 spot. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. Outside for Batum, stolen by Kanter. And here's McCollum for 3. Buries the long-range jumper.
The quick, accurate release. McCollum thrives on catch-and-shoot opportunities.
Now Jackson. Leonard finds Zubats. Portland grabs the miss. Cantor's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Powell with it. Leonard picks him up. Little with the ball. Leonard's there. Powell for 3. Portland keeps it going. A new 14-second shot clock. Back to Cantor. Tries again. And the rejection by Zubats. Batum with the 3. Outside Leonard. A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now.
And at about 230 pounds, Leonard is a well-built specimen. Can absorb defenders like it's nothing.
So for the Trailblazers, Robert Covington's checked in for Derek Jones. Anthony comes in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Little. George is checked in for the Clippers. Rondo comes in for Jackson. Pass to Simons. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, G8, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
Yeah, coach is definitely pleased. That's the execution he loves to see.
Down low, it's tipped. Stolen by Cantor. Outside Anthony. McCollum up top. Back to Anthony. McCollum outside. 6 on the shot clock. And the rejection by Zubats. McCollum finds Cantor. Can't connect from 13 feet out. Clippers trail by 16. Outside for George. Outside Batum. And George, here we go. And it's good for 2.
And I just love the aggressiveness from George, just slicing apart the defense with that terrific ability to penetrate.
McCollum against George. McCollum passes to Cantor. Now here's Anthony. T right on him. And the pass to Simons. Up and in on the layup.
This is the kind of ball movement they want to get from Cantor. Scan the floor, and when you spot the open man, get it to him.
Now here's Rondo. Outside, George. Second chance shot. And Cantor over to help. Rondo kicks to George. The three-pointer no good. Trailblazers leading by 16.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for Portland.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And, you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Enes Kanter.
Well, the best work he did came on the boards. Nobody can match his intensity. His rebounding played a big role in this win.
Nurkic checked in for Portland. Lillard comes in for McCollum.
And Jackson is very good at catching the D off guard, especially inside where he needs to be fast and getting that shot off.
Here's Simons, guarded by Jackson. George against Lillard. Shot clock at 5. Feeds to Nurkic. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for Los Angeles. Trailing by 17. There's 18 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Here's Simons, defended by Batum. Lillard with it from deep. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lillard. Here's George. And the miss.
You got to appreciate watching Lillard give his all on defense.
David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. And as things get ready to roll, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's on the sideline. David?
Kevin, thanks very much. Nikola Jokic loves to pass. He said an assist makes two people happy instead of just one. So it's as simple as...
Sure is. Thanks, D.A. Both teams tonight dealing with some injury. Here's a look at who's out for the evening.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. Jokic is out there with Gordon. Then there's Murray. Then it's Porter. And it's Barton in at the shooting guard. And for the Clippers, Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's George in at the 2.
Boy, he's got to be kicking himself for failing to make that shot. That's money.
And for Jokic, a slow start to last season, came in heavy, lost over 20 pounds as he played his way into shape, and boy, did he come on strong down the stretch.
And Aaron Gordon gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. On the wing, Batum. No good from outside.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Well, we know, Greg, that Jokic is never going to be the most explosive athlete, but some have questioned his conditioning, even his motor. What do you see?
I mean, the crazy thing is, even with those questions, he regularly puts up box scores we haven't seen in half a century. But to win it all, you've got to leave no stone unturned. And I think for a young player, he's got to make more of a commitment to his body, and I think we will see that in time.
And so it's Jokic with the ball. He brings it up for the Nuggets. Leaps for it and out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Jokic against Jackson. And it's sent back by Jokic.
You know, this is what we've seen Jokic do every night. I mean, he puts himself in position to make an impact on the game.
Gordon. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
And stolen by Gordon. Oh, here we go with Gordon. Nobody back.
Whoa. Watch out now. And although he's 6'9", Gordon runs and sprints like a much smaller man. He's got gazelle-like form and speed in transition.
Now here's Batum. Inside. And the dunk by Zubac.
Man, what a pass that was there. He really, really relishes making the game easier for his teammates.
Stolen by Jackson. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. Count it.
Not afraid to get physical there. Leonard makes the shot in spite of the contact.
And so it's Porter bringing it up now for Denver. Murray dishes to Gordon. The shot comes out. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And, you know, you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
Leonard with the ball. Now guarded by Porter. The Nuggets have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
You know, the herky-jerky moves of Jokic are hard to prepare for or guard against. I mean, he uses them well to get these calls.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Well, it seems like every year, Greg, we see some incredible new players come to the NBA, and they are welcome with open arms. Their style of play is so terrific.
No doubt about it. You know, guys like Ja Morant, I think he's got a chance to be one of the greats. And any list about the future of the NBA has to include Luka Doncic. I don't know if there's a better basketball talent than that young man. And, you know, let's not forget about Devin Booker out in Phoenix as well. A terrific, terrific player.
3 terrific kids, you're right. And Jokic slams it in.
Now, you got to remember, Barton isn't just a scorer. This guy is also superb at finding open teammates.
Here's Rondo. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Now here's Barton. Not a lot of room. And Jokic slams it in.
Persistence pays, and Jokic not giving up on the play, doing a nice job pursuing the basketball there.
Here's man. Barton defending. Pass to man. To the inside. Patterson. And it's Patterson finishing it off.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff.
Yeah, highly efficient. Nothing extra special there. Just effective.
Good on the bucket.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Rondo with it. Pass to Morris. For the three. That shot no good. And so the first quarter is in the books. Nuggets lead by 4. We'll be back shortly. And we caught up before the game with Nikola Jokic.
Selfless, and you need to cure.
Greg, there are areas of Jokic's game where he probably is the best in the world.
I can't think of a center with better floor vision or better passing ability. His positioning, his angles, his ability to use his size to maximize effectiveness, all at an elite level.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Denver.
They pounded the ball inside in the first half, forcing the D to collapse, and that frees up the shooters going forward.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnover.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Batum is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Jackson in at the point guard position.
And this is what happens when Millsap gets deep inside. Superb at finishing with force.
Jackson passes to Zubac. Kicks it out to Leonard. His three-pointers off the mark. Denver leading by 4. McGee with it. Leonard picks him up. Millsap looking it over. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. Now, here's George. No points in the game yet for him. To the middle. Here's Zubac. Again, Los Angeles.
And it's good to see George concentrate on getting the ball to the open man. Excellent floor awareness.
Campazzo, guarded by Jackson. Dozier passes to Millsap. Down low. And it's McGee with the jam.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points.
Hey, guys, I know I'm stating the obvious here, but those could be an important 2 points considering how close this game is.
Zubac kicks to George. 5 to shoot.
Well, I tell you, that was double duty right there. He influenced the shot and then got back and cleaned the glass.
And the rejection by Jackson. Here's the break. Zubac with it, and McGee picks him up defensively. The 3 from George. It's rebounded by Dozier. The Nuggets leading by 4. Campazzo. It's Reggie Jackson with the rebound. Clippers have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. And the shot goes down.
Boy, the confidence that George brings to his game is also confidence that impacts and injects his teammates. He's a high-octane scorer who's ready to go as soon as the game starts and whenever he gets the ball.
The Nuggets with another miss. LA's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Leonard finds Batum. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Batum's got the game tied up here for the Clippers.
Far from just a perimeter shooter, I like seeing Batum go to work in the painted area.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. A 3 from Morris. Denver grabs the miss. And Murray, here we go. Out left to the wing, kicks it out to Gordon. Back to Murray. Leonard with the steal. And here we go with Morris, running it up the court. And it's sent back by Jokic. And the ball travels out of his hands. It was last touched by Jokic. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Leonard with no one around. Got it. And he's now 3 for 5 from the field.
How about Kawhi Leonard knocking down the 3 ball? Didn't have that shot when he got into the league. Love seeing how he's improved as a shooter with the outside jumper.
Barton passes to Gordon. Can't connect from short range. Clippers leading by 3. To the paint. Leonard dishes to Rondo. Back to Leonard. The pass to Kennard. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Clock at 6. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. That one on Porter.
And Clark, although he's not the force he once was on the floor, Rajon Rondo still can give you strong minutes in bursts.
Greg, I tell you what, I love watching this guy work. I know his double-digit assist days are long in his rearview mirror, but this dude still knows how to run a team, and he is ideal for leading your second unit because he's an orchestrator, a facilitator, a playmaker, and guys love playing with him. You can just feel how guys enjoy playing with Rondo running the show.
On the wing, Morris. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
We've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Such a versatile offensive threat. Morris draws his fair share of fouls.
For Los Angeles, they have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line. And Morris drops them both.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
And that's going to do it. Some good defense down the stretch. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They only had a couple rough stretches, and as the first period came to a close, they had a 4-point deficit. And that does it for our halftime show.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
Second half underway. Here's who Mike Malone's got on the floor. They've got Nikola Jokic. Porter is out there with Gordon. Then it's Will Barton, and it's Murray in at the point. George against Barton, and it's George finishing it off.
Hey, and George really is one of the better dunkers in the league, actually one of the best. He's creative, he's got great bounce, excellent length, and pretty creative every time he gets a chance to throw it down.
Outside for Murray. Gordon inside, defended by Batum, and it's Gordon missing. Jackson in the corner. Bangs home the trifecta. Jackson's got the lead up to 7 now for the Clippers. We know how important the draft is, Greg. It can shape an organization. Talk about some of the best draft day deals of the last couple decades. There have been a lot of them.
Oh, there have been a few. I mean, just coming to mind here recently. How about when Kawhi was traded to the Spurs? That was a huge get. Go back
George
to how
Hill.
about Kobe going to the Lakers? McHale and Parrish coming to the Celtics. I mean, we've seen that happen quite a bit, and I tell you what, boy, it can really transform a franchise's future.
Rondo kicks to Morris. To the middle. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist by Morris. Leonard's got 9 points.
And blessed with that high basketball IQ, Leonard able to execute the pick and roll there to perfection.
To the wing on the left. Campazzo, he's covered by Rondo. It's good.
No defensive pressure at all. I mean, that's not going to get it done against him.
Now, here's Kennard. D right on him. To the inside. Jokic with the steal. 3-on-3. Murray, no good.
Well, you know, stopping him is never easy to do, but the defense was strong there.
Outside Rondo. Back to Morris. That one goes in.
Well, it's been a great start for this offense here in the second half. 4 for 4.
The Nuggets trail by 7. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Here's Jokic. Here's Porter. Outside for Millsap. Pass to Murray. A 3-ball. Campazzo. Kennard covering. Offensive rebound. Jokic. And finally they hit one. Jokic has got 4 points this quarter.
You know, it's evident that Jokic is comfortable operating close to the rim. He's outstanding with his shot selection.
Morris outside. Ring shot on the way. That shot off. And the Nuggets going the other way.
Yeah, I tell you what, for him, this has been a game to forget. But somehow they still find themselves with the lead.
Clippers leading by 5. Here's Okuru. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on Jokic.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
A different look for the Clippers. Paul George is checked in for Leonard. And it's Jackson in for Rajon Rondo. And pushing it up, here's Denver. The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
Yeah, he imposed his will on the defense that time. He was not going to be denied right there.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
The Clippers have shot 50% from the line today. 3 for 6.
And Jackson certainly doesn't lack confidence. A speedy guard who can fill it up in no time.
And the Clippers making a change here. Coffey's checked in. Clark against George. Campazzo, and denied. He sends it right off the glass. And now the fast break. George with the ball. Outside for Jackson. Passes it to Okuru. Morris outside. It's George on the wing. Morris passes to Okuru. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And the Clippers making a change here. Batum's checked in. The Nuggets trail by 4. Campazzo guarded by Jackson. Clark outside. Feeds to Gordon. And he uses the glass on the layup. Gordon's got 8 points.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Now George. Good. 6 points for him.
Really difficult to contain Paul George in these pick and roll sets because of his speed. I mean, that's one element that gives him a great advantage. He's really good at making decisions in tight spaces.
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Clippers lead by 4. And we're coming right back after this break to get the 4th quarter underway. And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ballgame. We've got Reggie Jackson. Batum is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's man in at the shooting guard position. That's who's out there for the Clippers. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. Los Angeles leading by 4. Jackson looking it over. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
An even stronger second half. Tremendous efficiency at the offensive end of the floor.
Yeah, they're in a nice zone right now, and that basket looks, you know, it can handle 2 balls at once. It looks like now it could probably, for them, handle 3 or 4 balls at once as well as they're shooting.
And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Clippers.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
Yeah, but also they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Outside Jackson. Here's Zubac. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a 3-point play. It's on JaVale McGee.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Campazzo, and the rejection by Zubac. Rondo gets the bucket.
And really the story of this second half, one team getting the shots they want, the other not so much.
And that's why you have such a huge gap in the shooting numbers between the teams.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking.
Well, I tell you what, he loaded up as much power as he could behind that two-hander.
Pass to Zubac. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. Outside for Rondo. It's George on the wing. Back to Rondo. Now the pass to Zubac. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. The free throw drops for Zubac. Morris is checked in for the Clippers. So he gets them both.
Really always a plus to have a big guy stroke it from the line like that. The soft touch on full display.
Murray outside. Tipped away. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
You two players.
Got a piece of it. Clippers with the ball. And so it's Rondo bringing it up for Los Angeles. Outside, George. And the Clippers miss again.
Boy, I'm absolutely shocked he didn't get that one to go. Usually he's money from deep.
And it's Murray with the jam.
You can't allow Murray to beat you to the rack. I mean, he really turns on the Jets in the open floor. You got to get in front.
Here's George. Second shot opportunity. Here's Zubac. Shoots from 8, and George gets it to go. George has got the lead up to 10 now for the Clippers.
At 6'10", George is really capable of dominating inside. I mean, defensively, you need to try to push him out of his comfort zone, get him out of that lane area.
Here's Porter, and again it's Denver.
One of the reasons they're behind is because we haven't seen enough of that. He needs to become a bigger part of the offense.
Rondo bounce pass. Zubac kicks to Rondo. Back to Zubac. Outside, George. Morris outside. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. George has got 3 assists in the game. Now here's Murray. Defense right on him. George against Barton. George looking over the floor. Pass to Zubac. Back to George. Shoots over Barton. And it's George again missing. And here's Denver. They trail by 11. That's good from Porter on the assist by Barton.
Well, you know, on the inside, Porter is a very skilled player. He understands that you've got to be multi-dimensional, a lot of versatility to your game to be effective inside.
Coffee passes to Rondo. Here's Coffee. Goes back up. Outside for George. Zubac trying to break loose. George, no good.
Not enough ticks left on the clock to save them tonight.
Not by a long shot. It's all but official.
And a wide open look for Porter. And it's good off the back of the rim and in.
You know, an area worthy of further development for Murray is keeping his teammates involved.
And here's Rondo. And again, no good by the Clippers. And so Los Angeles. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it. And those are the starting lineups. Lots of interesting matchups tonight. Hi, everyone. Greetings from 2K. DA, it's all you.
Well, guys,
You certainly come a long way, DA. Thanks. The starters for the Portland Trailblazers. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then there's Derek Jones. And it's Simons in at the 1. And for Denver, Jamal Murray is out there with Will Barton. Then it's Porter. Then it's Aaron Gordon. And it's Jokic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
And a story about Jamal Murray. He was doing two-a-days for Team Canada, and the coach wanted him to rest, so he confiscates his sneakers, came back and found him working out barefoot.
Well, they might want to check his web browser because I believe he did a search for locked picks because they put bars on the door to keep him out of the gym, and he still might try to find a way in.
And so the Denver Nuggets get the first points in the ballgame. Lillard outside. Just 5 to shoot. Again, the miss by Lillard.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
The drive by Nurkic. And they cash in right away with the quick shot.
That's a big body there with Nurkic coming through. He knows he's got size on most guys he's going to play against.
Now here's Murray. Dishes to Gordon. Jokic trying to free himself up, and it's Gordon. That time on the assist by Murray.
Now, there are only a few players in the league who can hit a teammate like that in stride. Beautiful assist.
Here's Lillard. No good on that one. And the Nuggets going the other way. Left side, Gordon. Jones trying to get open. Chalk up 2 there.
Jokic is doing things at that position that a lot of bigs just dream about.
Lillard scanning the floor. Shoots over Barton. And that one goes long.
Well, if he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
No good on the triple. The Trailblazers have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. And that one's good. Lillard.
It took him a while, but he finally gets one to fall.
For Denver, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Murray kicks to Barton. Back to Murray from deep. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look
too often.
And then Jones with the jam.
Changing ends quickly. He's rewarded with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down, but when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
Now here's Murray. Porter in the corner. Inside. Here's Gordon. And the rebound by Nurkic.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Well, just seeking out weaknesses in the defense and then exploiting it.
Denver with the ball after the Trailblazers pick up 2. Here's Barton outside Porter. Jokic passes to Barton, and he'll shoot free throw. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review. And McCollum has done a lot to improve his impact on the defensive end. Very active with his hands and how he challenges shots.
Well, the blocks numbers last year jumped up a bit. That's kind of a nice indicator of what you're talking about, GA. And he just doesn't get tired. And if he can give some more on the defensive end like he's shown, it's going to help out the team.
The shot's good from Cantor.
With a number of go-to moves and a soft touch, Cantor can crush you inside.
Barton outside. The pass to Millsap. Down low. Here's Green. Anthony with the block.
How about Melo rising up quick to that one there? Nice shot block.
Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. The Trailblazers shooting their initial free throws of the game right here. And that one misses.
Well, probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
Absolutely. Campazzo, and the quarter ends with some stifling defense right there. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we... Damian Lillard told us before the game, when asked how he stayed...
Humble beginnings. You know, I'm from...
Well, some of the best stories in our league are about guys who struggled to get to where they are today.
And I really hope the young guys out there are listening to this. You don't have to be a 5-star prospect to achieve your dreams.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Yeah, they did a great job. Just the initial thrust of that attack, as soon as they got the ball, constantly in transition.
Here are the 5 Portland has to start the second quarter. They've got Jones. Anthony is out there with Enes Kanter. Then there's Norman Powell, and it's McCollum in at the 5.
And a better box out saves them 2 points there.
It didn't seem like anybody was really aware there to go and collect that rebound in the possession.
Now here's McCollum. Finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out. You know, Greg, we know there's some power finishers in the NBA like Giannis Antetokounmpo, but he complains a lot that he needs to sell contact rather than muscle through it. How do you evaluate those kind of power finishers in the game?
Well, I mean, there's still power will always play a role, especially when you can add in quickness and athleticism. And I think you start right there with Giannis. I mean, he's kind of epitomizes that. LeBron obviously is still in that category. And a guy like Kawhi Leonard, he can send you into the stanchion when he gets going downhill as well.
Here's McCollum following the basket by Paul Millsap.
Wow, he really stopped short on that one. The poise, the body control of McCollum, especially evident there when he pulls up.
On the wing, Green. Back to Murray. Six to shoot, to the middle. Here's McGee, and the slam dunk by McGee.
Now, sometimes there's passes, and then there's precision passes. Murray with one of those there.
Here's McCollum. He has 6. Pass to Cantor. On the wing, Jones. Out to Anthony. Pass to Powell over Murray. The shot by Powell, no good. The Nuggets trail by 5. McGee, the pass to Millsap. Campazzo, he's guarded by McCollum. Green against Anthony, inside, stolen by Cantor. It's Jones on the wing. The shot by Anthony, nobody around. Off target from three-point range. Powell against Murray. Campazzo, he's guarded by McCollum. Millsap dishes to Murray. Millsap trying to get open. McGee against Cantor. The drive by Green. Basket good. Green's got his first points in this one.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now. And after some time over in France and the G League, JaMychal Green catching on as a steady NBA veteran.
In Memphis, the Grizzlies played him over Zach Randolph for some time. He's a guy that just keeps working and has found a niche now as his three-point shot has found more consistency in the NBA.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Jokic draws the double. Shoots a fader. Little with the rebound. Trailblazers leading by 3. Here's Simons. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
That's right on the money from Lillard. That's how you finish a possession.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Murray, the pass to Jokic. Here's Murray up on top and stolen by Lillard. Here's Little. A beautiful reverse layup. Now it's a 7-point Trailblazer lead.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Now here's Murray. Now Jokic, shot clock at 6. Porter kicks to Jokic, shoots over Nurkic, and it's off the back rim, no good. Little with the ball. Simons. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Well, after 2 quarters, it's Portland out in front. They have a nice 7-point lead. And that...
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. C.J. McCollum really making a difference here.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half, just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half. I'm wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. So out there for the Nuggets right now, Bill Barton is out there with Jamal Murray. Then it's Aaron Gordon, and it's Nikola Jokic, and it's Porter, and at the small forward, Lillard with no one around. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark.
If you told me this was the kind of game he was going to have, I would not have expected them to be in front right now.
And here again, the Trailblazers in transition. Up the court they go. Covington with the bucket.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
And here is Murray. Passes it to Gordon. Back to Murray. Barton outside. He's looking for Gordon and finds him. 2 points. That one goes.
Well, Will Barton always going full speed. That time finds a bullet pass to a teammate.
And so Lillard will bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers. Looking to end his cold spell, and that one good. Lillard's got the lead up to 9 now for Portland.
Now, what a great option he gives them on every possession.
Barton dishes to Murray. Barton left side to the paint. Here's Jokic. Second shot opportunity, and the layup is good. Jokic has got 6 points.
Well, Jokic is big, Jokic is long, and he does a great job there of corralling that ball and taking advantage of his length.
2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. The pass to Lillard. Simons surveying the D. It's good.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
The Nuggets trail by 9. Murray outside. To the inside. Covington with the steal. And now running up the court, Lillard pushing it up. Takes it from 10, and Portland again with the bucket.
Yeah, it's been about the fast break. Been real kind to him here early, and they are clicking in transition.
Now here's Murray. On the wing, Porter. Inside, deflects the pass. Gordon inside, defended by Covington. The putback, Gordon trying to break loose, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
Portland leading by 9.
And Jokic carrying that standard for a superstar big man. For your money, though, Bones, is he the best true center in the game?
I don't think he's a true center in the sense, GA, that you can't really go down to the post and have him create his own offense by scoring the basketball. Of course, he's going to create plays for his teammates. I still think AD holds that title right now.
Now here's Gordon following the missed shot by Nurkic.
Jokic is a big center, tough to contain close to the basket. That's a nice throwdown.
1:06 left in the third quarter. Lillard against Barton. Lillard attacking, and then Lillard slams it in.
Oh, and he takes it right at the man who just scored on him.
That's the way to answer back, with an in-your-face stuff. Now here's Murray. 46 seconds left to play in the third. Gordon inside. Covington's there. Gordon the pass to Porter. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
There's been a lot of talk about Michael Porter Jr. and the way that he plays and how athletic he is. How's he doing that on the vegan diet? For some, it works well.
Here's McCollum. He has 6. And he drops in the layup off the glass. McCollum's got 8.
Well, as his confidence grows, McCollum gets himself into attack mode, and that's where his game goes to another level. Beautiful drive by the young phenom.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Shoots it. Here's McGee, and the slam dunk by McGee.
Ooh, he put a little extra on that one.
He does. He doesn't usually finish soft either. Obviously, he can when necessary, but not that time. It's Powell on the wing. It could go. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's the Portland Trail Blazers bringing the quarter to a close. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platform.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. On the court for the Trailblazers. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Enes Kanter is out there with Anthony, and it's Powell in at the 3. And a wide open look for McCollum. No good with the triple. The Nuggets trail by 7. Barton passes to Green. Powell with the steal. And now Portland on the break. McCollum with the ball. Lillard outside. Good for his 6th make in a dozen attempts, shooting 50% with that basket.
Man, both on balance and on point. Damian working through that mid-range area now.
Campazzo covered by Lillard. Some solid defense from Lillard. Portland leading by 9. All going up court. Here's McCollum. And he gets it to go from the corner.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Campazzo, covered by Lillard, feeds it to Green. A reverse. And Damian Lillard pulls it down. The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Kanter finds Anthony. McCollum outside. From the line, Kanter. It's good on the putback. Kanter's got the lead up to 13 now for the Trailblazers.
One of the game's very best offensive rebounders, Kanter also has the wherewithal to quickly convert for the score.
Pass to Porter. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Here's Lillard. Anthony. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Lillard's got 3 assists now in this one.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Shot to stop the run, and it's good on the way in.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Now, here's Lillard. From deep three-point range. Barton with the rebound. Barton's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Green, and he lays it straight in.
Porter Jr. moving the ball well. Nice to have a wing player help to be a facilitator.
Trailblazers leading by 11. That's tipped. Campazzo, he's guarded.
Oh,
yes, sir.
He is a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
That could be a contender for the dunk of the year, I think. Now, here's Lillard. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Yeah, not something you want to do. You let Lillard drive all the way to the rack, and he will throw it down.
Nuggets running out of time. Kicks it to Barton. Pass to Green. To the paint. Here's Millsap. Green breaking loose. Another shot. And that one's good. Millsap.
Yeah, Millsap a little bit gritty there. Good to see him go in and hit the glass.
Portland's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Now Lillard. 1:15 left in the fourth quarter. From beyond the arc and then some.
Give them credit. They've worked hard all game, now looking to finish it.
No, great job of getting in position to win a game. It's been an all-out effort from the squad.
Now here's Barton. The feed to Green. And he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
Look, it's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Yeah, it's tough to mount a comeback like this and then fall oh so short. I'm sure that's weighing on them just a little bit.
Now McCollum after the missed three from Damian Lillard. From deep, an absolute bomb from three-point range. And the Trailblazers lead by 13. To the middle, here's Green. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Passes it to Lillard. From deep three-point range, and another three for Portland.
Well, he's effective in the catch and shoot dating back to his college days. Lillard has brought that skill to the pros.
On the wing, Porter. He feeds it to Barton. The layup off target. Misses. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. A solid win on the road for them. Looking now at the lineups for both teams tonight. Some names out of action.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. They've got Derek Jones, Damian Lillard out there with Little. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic, and it's Covington in at the 4. And for the Clippers, Batum is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Jackson, then it's Paul George, and it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. Covington's shot is off. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Clippers.
And you look at Robert Covington, first team all-defense in 2018, the kind of versatile stopper that every team in the league could use.
And here's Portland. Left side, Jones. And then Jones with the jam.
Oh, nice there, getting the reverse. Love that. And the fans got a little bit of a show there.
Guys, that one definitely had a little something extra on it. Now here's Jackson. Leonard inside, covered by Lillard. Launches it. And the Clippers miss again.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Oh, my God. They can't buy one. 0 for 4. Sometimes this happens.
Oh, and the dunk by Jones.
Love the patience from Covington. Lets the situation develop and then delivers a perfect strike.
And Covington maybe not a star, but he's a winning player. We've seen that.
And the perfect example of that 3-and-D role player can guard 4 or 5 positions and can definitely sling it from outside.
Here's Lillard. Paul George making his last shot. Now Lillard. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
No excuse giving Lillard that kind of positioning. That's just too easy.
Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Batum against Covington. Back to Leonard. Outside, George, just 4 to shoot. Fires from deep. And the rebound by Nurkic.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Now here's Lillard. In the corner, it's Little. And a miss there on the triple. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Here's George. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
At 6'8", Paul George is a threat inside, looking very comfortable from in there.
Lillard with it. Jackson on him. He gets it in there. No doubt, Greg, you were known being a gritty, in-your-face defender. And when you think of the most hard-nosed point guards in the NBA today, who comes to mind?
For me, I think Chris Paul. I go first because this guy, one, he's a phenomenal two-way player. He'll do whatever it takes to win, even if that means pushing the envelope a little bit. Pat Beverly is another guy, just a flat-out bulldog. Marcus Smart, I think, falls into that category. Again, it's not always about being the most talented, but if you bring an edge about you, that really permeates throughout your team. So those are some guys. Drew Holiday is another guy I'd throw into that mix as well.
Yeah, they all lock in. You're right. Now, here's Lillard. Now, here's Covington. Batum with the steal. Jackson passes to Leonard. Outside for George. Misses the 3. Trailblazers leading by 4. Lillard outside. The 10-footer. And Nurkic, the bucket on the assist by Lillard.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Down low, Jackson buries the easy one.
Excellent pass, PG-13, keeping his eyes up, using his vision.
And so Lillard will bring it up for Portland. The dish now to Covington. Back to Lillard. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot, and that one drops for him. Nurkic has got his second bucket.
You know, often we think of Dame as a scorer first, but they're reminding us of his great ability to pass the rock.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
Jackson hits both of them.
You know, he was the 24th pick in 2011. I think it's safe for us to say Jackson's outplayed that draft slot.
Here's McCollum. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
All the officials are all over that one.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. He's perfect from the line this time.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
No good that time. And that does it for the first quarter. Trailblazers lead by 6. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. And before the game, we talked to Dame.
I don't fear nobody.
And if Lillard's proved anything to us, Greg, in his career, you know he loves a challenge.
One of the premier big shot makers in this game. I don't know if there's anyone you'd rather give the ball to in crunch time.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance here, boys, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Yeah, they were very physical and very aggressive. They've just been the better team so far.
They've got Morris, Luke Kennard out there with Rajon Rondo, and it's Coffey in at the 3. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. And it goes down 2 points. Simons has got his first points of the game.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
The drive by Rondo. Oturu. Good. And it's Rondo who picks up the assist.
This is why guys like playing with Rondo. They know he's going to get them high percentage shots.
Cantor finds Jones. The shot's good from Cantor.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Rondo looking around. There's the pass to Morris. Kennard on the wing. Here's Oturu. He's covered by Cantor. Here's Morris. Anthony with the defensive effort. Trailblazers leading by 5. Here's Simons. Pass to Cannon. He dishes it to Carmelo. Back to Cantor. It's intercepted. Now the Clippers moving it up. Pass to Coffey. Clippers moving the ball around. Rondo on top. To the paint. Pass to Kennard. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. George is checked in for Los Angeles. And then for the Trailblazers, Giles checked in for Jones. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Anthony Simons. McCollum kicks to Anthony. Off the left rim and out.
Easy chance from mid-range. Wouldn't be surprised to see them run that play again.
Rondo passes to Morris. And there's a whistle. That goes on Harry Giles. That is his first foul of the game. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Stolen away.
Yeah, tough entry pass. You want to kick the ball down low, but you have to be crafty about how you do it.
And a wide open look for McCollum. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. McCollum's got 5 points so far.
Potent with and without the ball. McCollum is a tremendous spot-up shooter.
Rondo against McCollum. Outside Rondo. And there's the pass to Oturu. Clock is at 3. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. Los Angeles with another miss. And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for Portland. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game. Back to Powell. It's McCollum on the wing. Kicks to Powell. To the inside. Near the three-point line, it's McCollum. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Passes it to Coffey. Outside Rondo. Pass to Oturu. And it's Rondo in the corner. Morris finds George. Can they get it? Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Terrific score there off the miss by Morris. Doesn't get a ton of offensive rebounds, but making that one count.
And here's McCollum. 5 points in the game. That one good for 2. McCollum's got the lead up to 8 now for Portland.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Now here's Leonard. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him.
And Smitty, with LeBron getting into his late 30s, KD coming off the Achilles, for your money, is Kawhi Leonard the best player in the world?
Great question. I know one player, the Greek Freak, might have something to say about that. No less than Michael Jordan himself called Kawhi the best two-way player in the game. That's a very strong endorsement from MJ.
Powell, he's checked in for Derek Jones. Leonard, the pass to Jackson.
You love the balance from Reggie Jackson, generating more power in the catch and shoot.
Trailblazers leading by 4. Lillard with it.
Some guys just understand how to generate points. He's one of them.
Now Jackson. And so it's Portland with their leads. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA. After 2 quarters, it's Portland out in front. They have a 6-point lead. Kenny, how'd you see it? And that'll...
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. C.J. McCollum really making a difference here.
There is no stopping him, and you can't even contain him at this point. He is that talented.
Yeah, and sometimes the strategy in that case, don't let anyone else beat you. You know he's going to get his, so try and keep it to that.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. On the floor for Portland. Robert Covington out there with Jones. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Little in at the shooting guard position.
And you can't allow Nurkic to get that kind of position. When you do, he is going to rattle that rim.
George dishes to Jackson. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Pass to Zubac. Over in the corner, Batum. Shot clock at 3. Leonard attacking. Zubac trying to break loose. Good D by Jones. Trailblazers leading by 6. Covington finds Nurkic. Shoots over Zubac. Nurkic can't hit. Clippers shooting not great. 40% for the game. George looking over the floor. The pass to Zubac. And they pick up 2. Zubac has got 4 points now in the quarter. Greg, you're the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good point guard, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters. But ultimately, your teammates got to feel like you played for them. And that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Am I correct?
No. That is not
really?
true.
Wow.
I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, I think some guys are natural. Others, like myself, had to evolve into it.
Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for the Clippers. Luke Kennard comes in for George.
3 out of 4 coming out of the half, showing good execution on the offensive end.
Now here's Lillard. He's got 6. And Damian Lillard throws it down hard.
And no stopping Lillard. Excellent at staying in control no matter what the D throws at him.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Rondo's checked in. And then for the Trailblazers, Harry Giles is checked in for Enes Kanter. Anthony comes in for Derek Jones. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Little. Now here's Rondo. Nurkic with the steal. Here's Giles. Howard down after the assist. Let him into the lane.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. And Patterson kicks to Leonard. And again, the turnover by the Clippers. Morris is checked in for Nicholas Batum. Enes Kanter's checked in for Portland. And Fernie Simons comes in for Lillard. And it's Anthony with the ball for Portland. They lead by 7. It's McCollum with the drive. And that one is stuffed right through.
Offensively, McCollum sees the floor well. Not surprised to see him spot the open teammate.
Rondo bounce pass. Leonard on the wing, covered by Anthony. Patterson tips it back in.
The activity level from Patterson is what makes him such an impact on the floor.
Portland leading by 7. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. The Trailblazers shooting their 4th shot at the foul line here.
And as a team, excellent a season ago, about 80% when they got to the line.
George is checked in for the Clippers. Los Angeles on D. McCollum passes to Kanter. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. Kanter's got the lead up to 10 now for Portland. Kennard finds Patterson. And Enes Kanter picks up the foul. That's his first foul. 58 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Here's George. Just 5 on the clock. And it's George finishing it off.
And with those long strides, it takes Paul George no time to get to the rim.
Trailblazers leading by 8. 35 seconds left to play in the third. He dents the rim with a 2-handed slam. Wow.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And the defense knows he's relentless. You have to try and match that intensity.
Kennard on the wing. Rondo passes to Patterson. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Here's George. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Passes to Giles. Here's Simons. Over Kennard. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's Portland with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. What a defensive effort they put on Kawhi Leonard. It's rare to see him have the kind of trouble he's had tonight. And don't go away. We'll be right back. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
This is why you preach teamwork. Some of the most spectacular plays are the ones where guys are feeding off one another.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. Kennard is out there with Jackson. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Patterson in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Now, here's Kennard. Out to Morris. Tries it from the top of the key. That one doesn't drop. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. And Jones with the stuff.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
Now, here is George. Inside, Patterson. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. George has got his 4th assist in this one.
They found the touch from the field here in the second half. It was a struggle in that first.
Here's Simons. Pass to Jones. He kicks it to Powell. Back to Jones. They get the rebound. The shot off that time. Clippers trail by 10. In the corner, Kennard with it. Morris outside. Jackson passes to Patterson. Outside for George. The lead now cut to single digits.
Silky smooth stroke. Nice touch. Paul George is a terrific jump shooter.
Here's Simons. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. And the Trailblazers lead by 10. And so George will bring it up for Los Angeles. And they go to the intentional foul. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Anthony comes in for Derek Jones. C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons.
You want unselfishness, but you also need to keep it under control.
Los Angeles making a switch here. George is checked in. Outside, Covington. George against McCollum. And Nurkic has it in the corner. Back to McCollum. Dishes it to Nurkic. Right block shot, and it's good off the back rim and in. McCollum's got the lead up to 12 now for the Trailblazers. Leonard on the wing. 1:52 left in the game. Zubac finds Leonard, and he's good on the 3-ball.
What I like about Kawhi's shot, no matter the distance, always seems to be on balance.
Here is Lillard. McCollum outside. Back to Lillard. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Clippers trail by 9. Zubac the pass to Batum. Outside, George. To the middle. Pass to Zubac. Outside for George. Off target with his 3. Trailblazers leading by 9. And here's McCollum for 3. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard. Clippers have gone 3 of 5 here in the 4th quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. And the pass to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
It's amazing everything Leonard gives you, including the eyes to find the open man.
Lillard against Rondo. Lillard, right side. It's good.
He can do incredible things. He can also help you win by simply being reliable.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. The 3 from Leonard. And it's Portland with the rebound. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. And now the fast break. Anthony with the ball. There's the triple. Doesn't go that time. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Here's Rondo. Nurkic with the block. Lillard with it from deep. But they get it back. It's good.
Yeah, they suck the energy out of this arena. Tremendous effort.
Nestled among the peaks of the Rocket. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Batum is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Jackson in at the point. And for the Nuggets, we've got Will Barton, Aaron Gordon out there with Michael Porter. Then there's Murray. And it's Jokic in at the 5 spot. Now here's Murray. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Murray's got the game going here with the first basket for the Nuggets. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players, but you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said. Now here's Leonard, following the miss by Jokic. And George, here we go. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to be on Jamal Murray. The Clippers shooting their first free throws of the game.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
This is what makes him a challenge to stop. He will beat you from the floor, and he can also beat you from the line.
Murray surveying the D. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
And even at 6'5", Murray just elevates high inside for these buckets, a high percentage shooter down low. And if you're drawing up your starting 5 for team irrational confidence, Jamal Murray makes a strong case. This guy is fearless.
Now here's Leonard, and it's sent back by Jokic.
And check out Jokic using not just his length, but also the timing. The offensive player better think twice next time.
Ball's knocked loose, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Barton. And now another look at that mobile one-block defensive performance.
And early in a game, these sorts of plays really can set the tone.
Here's George. Jackson passes to Leonard. Back to Jackson. Batum against Gordon. To the paint. 6 on the shot clock. Zubac, that's good. And Murray, we know, can be streaky, Greg. Still mid-30% for his career from three-point range.
Of course, the degree of difficulty pretty high on a lot of his shots. Off the bounce with a hand in his face. And he's more than a shooter, a versatile scorer who can get it done in a variety of ways.
Sees his man, has the angle on the interior, and drops a dime right there.
And George kicks to Jackson. Passes it to Zubac. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Barton against George.
Well, Paul George is not just a gifted perimeter shooter. That touch on the interior is impressive.
Porter dishes to Murray. Back to Porter. Gordon, the pass to Porter. Lays it up off the glass.
Just using his size well close to the rim. Porter is outstanding at cashing in from those spots.
Jackson deciding where to go with it. On the wing, George.
Well, seized up just a little bit at the last second. That's when he normally converts.
Gordon trying to break loose, and that one's good by Porter.
A high-level athlete with great run and jump ability. Porter finishes well in transition.
1:15 left to play in the first. And George, here we go. And he gets the bucket. George has got 6. Denver with the ball. Murray outside. It's deflected. George with the ball. Now guarded by Barton, and now they decide to foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. And out of bounds as the Nuggets gain possession.
Yeah, simply stated, you have to take care of the basketball, and they don't on that possession.
Campazzo, he's covered by Rondo. Campazzo tries again. The shot, no good. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. Leonard with the bucket.
Well, speed, intelligence, touch. Kawhi Leonard has it all.
For Denver, they've gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. Clark outside. Millsap inside. He's against Morris. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. .20 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Now here's Rondo. Morris outside. The pass to Oturu. Back to Morris. Over Millsap. And the last second attempt doesn't fall.
And Millsap with the focus there defensively. Just
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Clippers lead by 2. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter.
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder.
Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well balanced. This team lives it.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Boy, it's been a really pretty thing to watch, executing their game plan to perfection.
We've got JaMychal Green. He's out there with JaVale McGee. Paul Millsap out there with Jamal Murray. That's the group for Denver getting going here in the second. Pass to man. On the wing, Morris. Millsap covering. On the clock. Patterson passes to man. And the wide open shot from Morris. It's hauled in by the Nuggets.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
And the turnover again by Denver. Aaron Gordon, he's checking in for JaVale McGee. George is checked in for Los Angeles. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Pass to Rondo. He feeds it to Patterson. And it's Patterson finishing it off.
Well, a convincing finish by Patrick Patterson, giving us a demonstration of the kind of power he has at his disposal.
Murray left side. And it's sent back by George. Outside Rondo. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Kennard's shot is off. The Nuggets trail by 6. And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually, he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar.
Kennard against Porter. 4 on the shot clock. Rondo dishes to Patterson. Good defense by Jokic.
Boy, he's at the cup, but that is tremendous defense. Prohibit the lay-in without fouling.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Kawhi Leonard's checked in for Kennard. And it's Jackson in for Paul George. Rondo passes to Patterson. And and stolen by Murray. And here's the fast break. Porter leading the way. Here's Gordon. Knocks it loose. And stolen by Patterson. Here's Jackson. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with the pass.
Wide open look here for Murray. That three off the mark. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Their defense has only allowed 4 points in the quarter.
Well, incredible improvement in Kawhi Leonard's jumper since he came into the league. Give credit to the time spent in San Antonio.
Here's Murray. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup. And with what we saw in the bubble, Murray has clearly elevated his game. Showed that he could be a #1 option on offense. I mean, his output was an incredible part of that run for the Nuggets.
On the wing, Morris. Outside Jackson. On the three off target. Here's Murray, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. You know, Greg, the further we went into the playoffs, the more Jamal Murray looked like a star.
I mean, Kevin, big shots in clutch situations. Logged heavy minutes, but, you know, never wavered. A truly heroic performance from Murray all postseason.
JaVale McGee's checked in for Denver. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Los Angeles.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson, using his poise and vision to make a play.
Murray left side. It's hauled in by Zubac. 2 for 1 opportunity here if they want it.
And no doubt, Kevin, if I'm them, I go for it.
Leonard kicks to Zubac. Can't connect from 13 feet out. The Nuggets trail by 5. Here's McGee. It's good. He scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Zubac the pass to Leonard. Zubac with it. Out guarded by Murray. Here's Leonard. It's not going to go for him. And Porter, here we go. Banked in off the glass. And now just a 1-point Clipper lead.
And he's got a great balance of knowing when to slash inside. Porter needs to keep being this aggressive.
Thanks so much, David. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for this.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basket. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. At the end of the period, they were up by... And that does it for our halftime show.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Without question, Jamal Murray displaying his skills today.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. They've got Ivica Zubac. Paul George is out there with Batum, and it's Coffey in at the 3. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. Millsap misses.
It's all about the defense right there. Without that level of activity, he probably scores it.
Greg, you were a feared ball hawk in your playing days, and I know you see similar players playing today.
No doubt about that, Kev. You know, Ben Simmons, a player at 6'10", with those hands. He's incredible to watch on that. How about Fred VanVleet, though? He's a guy
They say he's 6'1". I don't know, but he gets into you and competes, man. And that's the beauty of our game. You know, you can be as big as the trees and have a major impact, or you can be one of those little fellas, as they like to call us, and be equally as effective on the floor.
Like the Chris Pauls, the Patrick Beverleys, there are a lot of those guys that play the ball like you did so well. Yeah, right. Great players. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Clippers lead by 5.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel. Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Barton against George. Here's Zubac. The shot's good on the assist by George. Now it's a 7-point Los Angeles lead.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Here's Murray. Count it. Murray's got 12 points in the game.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Nobody near George. Off target from outside. And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for the Denver Nuggets. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit. That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Well, we know, Greg, that Jokic is such a unique talent at that center position. Young player, already top 10 in career triple-doubles. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Here's Rondo. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. And Leonard has it in the corner. Offline with his three. For Denver, they've gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. Murray, good.
Hey, guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Outside Rondo. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And there's no denying that Rondo is a wizard with the ball. Exceptional at exploiting holes in the defense.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Green's checked in. Outside Gordon. It's blocked. And it's out of bounds. The Nuggets able to retain possession here. Knocked loose from the inbound. Jokic trying to free himself up. And Murray finishes it off. Murray's got 8 points here in this quarter.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Rondo looking around. They double him with Jokic. Outside for Jackson. The three from Morris. And the 3 ball is good. Morris has got himself on the board with 3 there.
You have now got to respect the three-point shooting ability of Marcus Morris. He understands now he's got to take that shot.
Rondo on the double team. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. So it's Denver now. Jokic finds Green. Here's Murray. Not going to go that time. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Pass to Oturu. Kicks it out to Leonard. And here's Morris for three. Rebound by the Nuggets. 29 seconds left to play here in the third. And Barton throws it down.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
3 trips to the line so far for him in this one. That one is off. Los Angeles making a switch here. And the second free throw, good.
And they're drawing more whistles and working their way to the line here in the second half.
Clark outside. Millsap at the elbow. Stolen. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. Here's Coffey. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Well, he's attacking, he's forcing the issue, and that's simply stated a terrific play.
Campazzo. And we've reached the end of the third. Los Angeles on top. They're up by 5. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter form.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver, and he did just that.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. They've got Michael Porter, Paul Millsap out there with Jermichael Green. Then it's Will Barton. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Clippers leading by 5. Now George. And it's George finishing it off.
We are talking about a proficient, efficient scorer in Paul George. Go to work, sir.
Campazzo defended by George. Clark dishes to Millsap. They get a hand on it. There's the pass to Dozier. Clock at 6. Campazzo. Denver needs to get off his shot. McGee's shot is off.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
It's George on the wing. Here's Oturu, guarded by McGee. To the inside. Outside for George. And it's George finishing it off.
That make no mistake, Paul George is a fierce finisher inside.
The Nuggets trail by 9. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Feeds it to McGee. And the slam dunk by McGee.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
I'll tell you, we have seen great execution from both teams. Neither one giving an inch here.
And George, here we go. Wow, that was a strong dunk.
That is nice.
That is Paul George, the incredible vertical and the unbelievable creativity.
Campazzo, defended by George. Here's Millsap. It's hauled in by Coffey.
Cannot believe he missed that one. Ooh, I'm sure he can't either.
On the wing, George. Pass to Coffey. Down low. Here's Mann. Inside with his first shot attempt. And the basket by Oturu. Oturu's got the lead up to 11 now for the Clippers. Denver passing it around. And McGee kicks to Clark. And it's McGee with the jam.
That is ferocious.
You said it. That was ferocious. Outside, George. And that one is off. And it's Denver the other way. And it's McGee penetrating. That one falls. McGee's got 6 in the quarter.
Good job attacking. Those restricted area shots are what every NBA team is looking for.
George passes to Coffey. Now here is George. He's guarded closely.
And Paul George knocks that one down every time. He is a threat to score from any spot on the floor.
Right wing. .122 left to play in the final quarter. Fires the 3. Basket number 8 is all good. He's attempted 12 shots.
Well, the three-point shooting of Paul George is an important attribute. Because he can put it on the deck, he's got to balance it with that kind of look right there.
This is the Millsap. Pass to Dozier. Down low. Here's McGee. The Clippers grab the miss.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for Los Angeles.
Look at their number of assists.
You know, they didn't get stuck in those one-on-one situations, and they got the ball to the guys with the best matchups. Easy drives, open jumpers, and great ball movement.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Paul George.
You can't look back at too many major moments in this game and not see his imprint put all over it.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Batum, good. They've been looking out of sorts in the last few possessions.
And this is when you need to be patient. Find a high percentage shot and have some floor balance.
Campazzo. Oturu with the rebound. Out of bounds. Denver takes possession. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg. And a look behind the curtain here. Final preparation.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Portland is indeed one of the great cities in the NBA. David, thank you. And a look at the status here of both teams, injured players, and who will not be in the lineup.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. Gordon out there with Porter. Then there's Murray. Then it's Will Barton. And it's Jokic in at the 5 down low. And for Portland, we've got Robert Covington. Little out there with Damian Lillard. Then it's Jones. And it's Nurkic in at the center. Murray kicks to Barton. Jokic inside. He's guarded by Nurkic. Jokic with the bucket. Not many teams have the personnel, Greg, to work the ball through the post, but that's what we're going to see plenty of tonight. These two teams can do it.
No doubt, Kevin. It can really add a dimension to your offense, and it creates different rotations defensively, especially when you've got someone down low that's going to demand a double team. And so I'm interested to see, in essence, some old school basketball in terms of how teams rotate out of that post.
I am too. Here's Murray. And it's Portland with the rebound.
Man, you don't see this fella blow many layups. Not against D like that, anyway.
Hey, yo, right here.
Lillard up top. He's covered by Murray. Nurkic. Barton with the rebound. And so it's Barton bringing it up for the Nuggets. And the basket by Gordon.
An underrated part, really, of being a sick athlete like Gordon, body control. Used it there to keep the form on his shot.
Now, here's Lillard. And Jones has it in the corner. Lillard surveying the D. 6 to shoot. In the hoop for his third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest.
He must have had a good warm-up because he's hot. I mean, he's 3 for 4 already, and we're only getting started.
Murray against Lillard. Murray the pass to Barton and stolen by Lillard. Little with the ball. It's Covington on the wing. Kicks to Little. Portland moving the ball around. To the paint. And it's Little finishing it off.
And what a selfish play from Lillard. This guy has no problem giving it up, especially when his teammate's wide open.
Murray the pass to Porter. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. There's the dish to Gordon. And then Gordon with the dunk.
And not just a scorer, but a distributor as well. Porter's court awareness is really impressive.
Lillard against Murray. Outside Covington. Back to Lillard. He kicks it to Nurkic. Clock at 4. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. And it's Lillard missing. And so it's Barton bringing it up for the Denver Nuggets. Trailing by 2.
Well, you can't help but think of the dunk contest robbery with Aaron Gordon. Didn't receive max points on some of his dunks that clearly deserved it. Said he's done with the event after the last go. And I can't say I blame him. And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Murray against Lillard. And it's Murray with the jam.
And love seeing Murray take it strong to the rack. A phenomenal finisher inside.
And with the dunk contest and Aaron Gordon, some of the dunks he pulled off, Greg, were outstanding.
I mean, going over Taco Fall was the big one. The one-handed windmill was impressive as well. Gordon doesn't need a trophy. Everyone knows he's one of the best dunkers we've ever seen.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Norman Powell's checked in for Derek Jones. And it's Simons in for Little. It's stolen by Anthony. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Here's Powell. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
and you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Portland shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throws.
Oh, he's never rattled at the stripe. Always has that nice soft touch on his free throws.
Campazzo, he's covered by Cantor. Millsap up top. Here's Green. And he banks in the layup.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Oh, it's simple. When you fail to put a body on someone, you're inviting a breakdown on the defensive glass.
Now here's Lillard. He's got 11. Gordon deciding where to go with it. And it's Gordon finishing it off.
And Millsap is a team player, someone who is very willing to make the right pass to an open teammate.
Lillard with no one around. Hits it from three-point range. Lillard's got 14 points.
You can learn a lot by watching him operate in their offense.
Campazzo. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the... And before the game, we ran into Damian Lillard, who touched upon the team's...
What we've learned is staying together.
And Greg, of course, he helps keep everyone on the same page.
He communicates well with his teammates, and he listens. That's why they trust him. The discussions go both ways.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. What stands out to you guys from the Trailblazers so far in this one?
Well, you can see these guys are unafraid to take chances defensively.
Yeah, it's a gambling style that pays off, keeping things in disarray for that offense.
On the floor for Denver as we get going here in the second quarter. We've got Paul Millsap. Green is out there with Gordon. Then there's Jamal Murray. Here's Millsap, changes up. Here's Green with the putback. And it's Millsap with the extra effort.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Here's McCollum. And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play. The feed to Cantor. Shot clock at 6. Fades away. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Cantor's got his first bucket in this one. Pass to Murray. Drops in the layup for 2.
And even at 6'5", Murray just elevates high inside for these buckets. A high percentage shooter down low.
Now here's McCollum. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Here's Cantor. The second chance effort. He lays it in. And the Trailblazers lead by 6.
When it comes to offensive rebounding, Cantor has led the league in offensive boarding rates. I mean, when you think about it, perhaps the best at picking up his teammates' misses.
Murray against Powell. Murray, the pass to Millsap. He gets it in there.
Oh, that's not the kind of interior defense you want. Way too slow to protect the rim.
Now the pass to Powell. Pass to Anthony. Back to Powell. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. Your son, Cole Gregg, was one of the top high school players in America. A lot of services had him number 1. Talk about what it was like going through the recruiting process as a dad.
You know, it was fun for the most part because he really kind of kept everything in perspective. And the teams we dealt with, the schools we dealt with, man, they were all top-notch. So that process, about as enjoyable as one could ask for. But at the same time, it's still stressful, man. That's still your little guy getting ready to head off to college.
Well, you're a dad and a proud one at that. So Portland ends up going with the new group. That one goes. Count it.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Millsap trying to get open, and it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut back down to 5 as they get the points there from McGee.
Well, there are a few players in the league that can match McGee's athleticism. I mean, his whole career, he's been a class above with his speed and leaping. He'll make the most of it on both ends of the court. No, but sometimes you don't need a haymaker, just a jab. You got to get those easy looks inside.
In the corner, Murray with it. Over to the left wing. Campazzo. And it's off from three-point range.
And see, Webb, you mentioned it with JaVale McGee. Look
at that.
Realizing when the defenders have overcommitted, like how Nurkic looks to hit the open man.
Passes it to Dozier. Millsap's against Nurkic. To the inside. Nurkic with the steal. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. And Jones with the stuff.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration, a turnover, and an easy bucket in transition.
Now here's Murray. 5 points in the game. Dishes to Millsap. He gets that one.
I mean, it took him a long time to get into the flow of the game, but the points are starting to come for him now.
Here's Simons. Teardrop shot, and that's 2 points on the layup. Simons has got the lead up to 11 now for Portland.
Oh, even from that range, the floater is one of the toughest shots in the game.
To the middle. It's picked off. And now here comes Jones leading the break. It's stolen. Here's Dozier. And it is good at the buzzer. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again. Leading the way at the start, it was Damian Lillard. He had 14 points, and that'll do.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. Really an incredible game from Lillard.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
Yeah, the offense looks crisp, and guys are hitting their shots.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the court for the Trailblazers, Powell is out there with C.J. McCollum. Then it's Anthony. Then it's Enes Kanter. And it's Giles in at power forward.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
You'd like to see a little more energy coming out of halftime on the defensive end.
Now here's McCollum. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Lillard misses. And here's the fast break. And Burton is going to throw it down hard.
And Kevin, even though they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular, and he did.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it. Porter with the steal, and now the Nuggets. Fast break. Murray with the ball. And that one's good. Barton.
And that's such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
Barton against Lillard. Little over a minute gone here in the second half. Now Barton. Great offensive performance they're putting on.
And guys, we call that the zone because that's where they are right now. They are in a zone, and I'm sure they feel unstoppable. You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Green, he's checked in for Aaron Gordon. And it's Jokic missing.
Well, that's their first miss after hitting 3 in a row to start the half. I mean, I guess it had to happen sometime.
Anthony's shot is off.
But this is not the start they wanted coming out of the break. 0 for 3 so far, and they're not playing with much intensity.
Green finds Murray. Now, here's Jokic. And Jokic slams it in.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
Yo, it would be a shame to make all this progress and let them off the hook. Got to keep the pressure on.
Here's Cantor. Denver getting their last shot to go. Lillard dishes to Cantor. And Lillard gets it to go. Lillard's got 16.
An 0 for 3 start to the first half is finally behind them. I mean, now maybe they can get something rolling.
Murray against McCollum. Murray left side. Over McCollum. Murray, no good. Trailblazers leading by 3. And Giles now top of the key. Porter pulls it in. And now the Nuggets, fast break. And McCollum with the block. And now it's Giles running. He can go all the way. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Expect the leaping ability of Lillard or you'll get dumped on.
Right around 3 minutes into the second half. And McCollum on the floor, all business. Off the court, he's a very outspoken player, very colorful guy. And Greg, you were saying you see a future in media for him when he stops playing.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, McCollum spoke up quickly about the seriousness of the virus when they were playing. He's very knowledgeable and shares what's on his mind. A media position after he's done playing is a very real possibility if he chooses to.
Lillard outside. And there's the defensive 3-second call. The Trailblazers have gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight. And the technical free throw is good.
Now, what you love about Lillard is his drive. He wants to keep improving. He's a super competitive player.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Giles. Jones checked in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's Powell in for McCollum. Now Barton. After the miss, 3 from Damian Lillard. Porter finds Barton. Offline with his 3.
Oh, man, as good of a shooter as he is, it drives him crazy to miss a wide-open 3 like that.
Great positioning on the putback. Jones has got 6.
Hard work and soft hands. Guys, that's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip-in. Now here's Barton. Inside, here's Millsap to the paint. 5 on the clock. Down low, Nurkic with the steal. And another fast break for Portland. The Trailblazers running. Here's Powell. Goes straight to the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It's going to go on Will Barton.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Perfect example of how to run the break the right way and get a great look.
Simons, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Aaron Gordon, he's checking in for Denver. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. To the inside. The kick out to Barton. Here's Gordon. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And the athleticism Gordon has poses so many problems for defenders, especially when he's looking to score from there.
Good on the second free throw. 12 seconds left in the third. Here's Simons. Murray with the defensive effort. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Here's Simons. Taking a look at the Nuggets. Murray out there with Will Barton. And there's JaVale McGee. Then there's Paul Millsap. And it's Gordon in at the 3 spot.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Murray with it. He's picked up by Little. On the wing, Gordon. Inside. Millsap inside. Covington's there. And now Portland on the break. Here's Simons. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
What a performer this guy is. He relishes the chance to hammer it down.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Yeah, but defensively, neither side has been able to adjust, and that's reflected in the score.
To the left wing. Here's Little. Gordon with the defensive effort. The Nuggets trail by 10. Pass to Millsap. Kicks it out to Gordon. Feeds it to Murray. Makes it off the glass.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this one.
And here is Powell. And the shot goes in. And the Trailblazers lead by 10.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Oh, yeah, and that's what you love about him. He shows no mercy, even with the comfortable lead. That's the art of rebounding in a nutshell. Box out, hold your ground, all in the miss.
Basket counts, and it's a 12-point Portland lead. Great talkers over the years, trash talkers on the floor in this league. Do you think they do it more to get themselves going, Greg, or do they do it with the purpose of getting under their opponent's skin?
And Kevin, that's a great question, and believe it or not, you see both. I've seen guys who do it to get under your skin, and I've also seen guys that do it for their own benefit. That's how they derive their confidence. And so it's about you figuring out what works for you. I've seen some guys, they don't say smack. They don't say a word during the course of the game, but they will cut your heart out. So it's just about what fits your personality in terms of making you play your best.
Well, I'm glad you don't trash talk here. Oh, that was an impressive throwdown.
Downright lethal in the pick and roll. Gordon's size and quickness, along with the decision making, it's a tough combination.
Lillard passes to Nurkic. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Nurkic has got his first basket.
And nice job taking what the defenders gave him. These guys need a gut check right now.
I mean, I don't know what they were thinking. You have to know the scouting report. He's a threat from out there.
Lillard against Murray. And Lillard kicks to Little. Back to Lillard. 6 to shoot. Pulls it from 20. And no good. And it's Denver the other way.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for Portland.
Their superior ball handling won it for them.
And fewer turnovers equals greater scoring opportunities. Any coach will tell you that. If you take care of the ball every possession, and this is a perfect example of what happens when you do.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Damian Lillard.
There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That's his first foul. Harry Giles is checked in for the Trailblazers. McCollum comes in for Little. Here's Murray. He scores his 6th bucket from the floor with that one. He's shot the ball 11 times.
And let's be honest, Murray has never seen a shot he didn't like, especially these mid-range jumpers.
Back to Lillard. There's 42 seconds left in the fourth. From deep three-point range, from beyond the arc, and then some. And the Trailblazers lead by 14. Murray left side. The putback, and Jones pulls it down. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Back to Canner. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That one on Porter.
Got to appreciate how aggressive Cantor is on offense. I mean, it's what earns him trips to the line.
And Cantor drops them both. The pass to Bull. Astanaji, and it's denied. The dive for the ball, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in